Dear Diary, if you love clanky N64 games, reused assets, impending doom, and the panicked feeling of not enough time, Nintendo has a 16-year-old game for you. A direct sequel to Legend of Zelda, The Croissant of Time, Nintendo presents Majora's Mask, an intense creepy game made up entirely of side quests. The game opens with a bit of dialogue about Link looking for his long-lost friend Navi. Are you fucking kidding me? Navi is the plot point that gets the ball rolling for Majora's Mask. I thought we were done with her when she wandered away without saying anything, like a late-stage Alzheimer's patient. No, she didn't care about me, and I didn't care about her, especially when she was shouting, "Press B to wipe!" through the bathroom keyhole. My favorite part of the previous game was when she unglued herself from my hip. It's very disappointing that I'm 3 seconds in and she's already trying to weasel her way back into the plot. So here I am, I guess, in the middle of some spooky woods, looking for a needle in a haystack, when suddenly Epona is attacked by 2 bouncy balls. She loses her shit completely, rears up, causing Link to fall off and pass out. The guy has faced countless creatures, enemies, obstacles, and overthrew the most evil, powerful man in history, all while dabbling in dangerous time travel. Falls 4 feet off a horse.
Defeated.
As Link lies there, unconscious from his terrible fall, the fairies are revealed to be in cahoots with Majora and his mask. I don't know much about this character yet, but I do know that understanding consent isn't one of his strong suits. Apparently, he thinks it's perfectly acceptable to go through a young unconscious boy's pockets and take whatever he finds, like the Ocarina of Time, for example. That's the blue one. Wait, hold it. I thought Zelda took back the Ocarina of Time at the end of the last game. Why does Link have it now? Did she randomly give it back to him before his journey to bumfuck Egypt? Diary, continuity is important to me. You can't just be making shit up in between games because it's convenient for you. I'm gonna need to see how that happened. Instead of stealing the ocarina and running away, the Skull Kid just kinda squats over Link and giggles maniacally like he's just found the most delicious pastry in all the land. Spoilers, it's a shitty musical instrument. Settle yourself down there. Link comes to, and instead of actually doing any fighting, he just gaps like a dum-dum as the Skull Kid somersaults onto Epona's back and tries to ride wildly off. Trying to stop the madness, Link clings to Epona's side, but only gets his skin filed down to the bone as he's dragged across the forest floor. He finally flies wayward as Epona and the Skull Kid ride into a tree. Link limps after them, barely able to stay awake from all the blood loss, and that's when a dark tale turns even darker. Overeager Link miscalculates his speed and tumbles into a deep, dark, treacherous ravine. And that's how I watched a small child fall to his death. That ain't no light bright, Diary. That's his brain firing neurons for the last time. I'm serious, Diary. I really don't care how many plants were at the bottom of that tree pit. That kid was
DOA.
Because this is where the nonsense starts to run rampant. Not super sure where these spotlights came from, because last I checked, trees don't have outlets, or even electricity for that matter, but I suppose center stage is yours. After proclaiming he got rid of Epona, he used some sort of voodoo mask magic and turned me into a Deku scrub. And then peaced out, leaving behind one of his shitty sidekicks. Oh fuck no! Just because your friend double-crossed you, doesn't mean you get to hang out with me. No, that's not how that works. You literally fucked me over like 10 minutes ago. Screw you, and your brother, and Majora, and his mask. But the game didn't really let me decide those things, so I did have to partner up with her. Her name was Tattle. which isn't a real name. I looked it up. It's not real. Things got pretty weird here too. The tree cave kinda turned into a sewer, and just as I was about to walk out the front door, a face collector showed up and started quoting fortune cookies. This guy was equipped with a spiel though. The happy mask salesman agreed to help me change back into a real boy if I agreed to get his stolen mask back from the school kid. Okay, wait. So the mask belongs to the salesman? So the salesman is Majora? Because that's a possessive apostrophe. Majora owns the mask. I'm thinking that's whose ass I've got to kick. So I need to know who Majora is right away. The salesman agreed to help me, but I only had 3 days to complete the task. 3 days? What are you, vacation for Memorial Day weekend? Where do you have to be that's so important? I don't know if I could do all that in 3 days. I mean, we see my skill set so far. Fell off a horse, got my ocarina stolen, fell down a hole, died, got turned into a bush, and got stuck with tattle. Not a lot of accomplishments so far. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more time than that. But diary, we all know Link can't speak for himself, so I just nodded along and left the sewer feeling a bit queasy. That had nothing to do with being in a giant toilet bowl. On top of that, I'm treated to this screen. Ooh, which gave me a heart attack, and I haven't even started playing yet. Let me compose myself, and we can move on to exploring this new town, because this shit is heavy. Until next time, your friend, Brittany Saturn.